Welcome, everybody, to our weekly podcast of Inside the Locker Room with your hosts, Big Time Tony, Old Dog Owen, and Dope Ass Jeff. How you guys doing today?
Doing good,
Tony?
doing good.
Doing good, Tony.
Yeah, it feels good to be back in the controls of the studio.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties the last 2 weeks or so, and we should be back on track today, guys.
All right, so what we got on the menu for today?
Okay, so number one topic we have NFL ongoing gambling investigation produces yet another suspension. Now, as far as I know, I don't know who it was. I saw you guys in the chat were talking about it. I was at work, overlooked it. So who is this other moron who decided to go gambling and then get suspended because, he's an idiot?
So it was the defensive end for the Denver Broncos.
Jesus, man. Like we talked about in the last episode, I don't get it. Like, what are they not understanding?
Well, apparently, this has been an investigation that's been going on since last year. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot more that's coming out as far as suspensions with as far as gambling.
Oh, man. I just don't get it. It's ridiculous. I mean, when are they going to learn? Like, you think they learn after Calvin Ridley was suspended for a whole friggin' year. I mean, he didn't play a single game. I mean, Jeff, what do you have to say about this?
It's just stupid. What do you need to gamble for? You're already making the millions.
Exactly.
You don't need to gamble. Just stop. Learn from your other peers' mistakes. Don't make the same dumb mistake. No, it's just stupid. It's just stupid. Drives me nuts.
Like, here's the thing. If I was in the NBA or NFL, MLB, NHL, any sport, really, making millions of dollars, I'd honestly never bet again. Honestly, maybe once in a while I'll throw like 10 grand on the winner for like the NBA Finals or the NFL or the Super Bowl or the World Series, and they're favorites. They're favored to win it by a wide margin. Maybe I'll throw 10 grand on if I have it, because I'm a millionaire. Oh, sure, I'll throw 10 grand and win 15, 20 grand, and just for shits and gigs. But like, to do it when you're making millions of dollars on your team or you're playing professionally, I mean, come on.
Well, I don't think the majority of them was from them betting on their team. It's just that they was doing it amongst the sport.
Okay.
So, I mean, like I said, it's one of those where, they got to figure out, okay, I mean, because it does come off kind of hypocritical by the league, since they, one of their sponsors is FanDuel and DraftKings. So, I mean, it does come off kind of hypocritical, but at the same time, you also got to protect the integrity of the game as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it goes back to the days of Pete Rose when he bet. You know what I mean? It's kind of like history's repeating itself.
Yeah.
And I feel like even back then, yeah, sure, Pete Rose was one of the first to ever gamble on sports and everything, and well, whatever. And I mean, yeah, sure, back then you probably didn't know. You didn't have a full concept or idea of you shouldn't be doing this, it's wrong, can't do it, whatever. But now, after years and years of it already had happened, you still have players doing it.
Like I said, it's monkey see, monkey do, and they'll never learn.
Yep. Jeff, you got anything else to say about it, or we should move on to topic number 2?
Just move on. Again, it's just stupid.
Right. So, number 2, we have Bronny rushed to hospital after cardiac arrest. This was a rough one, guys. It sucks. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, and I can't stand LeBron.
So apparently, according to the reports, it occurred during, I think it was like a practice or something, and it looks like it came out that he was drinking um, one of the sports energy drinks that caused the cardiac arrest.
I think I know what you're referring to. I think it's Logan Paul's energy drink, Prime.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard that's really bad for you. Like it's loaded with caffeine. Like we're talking like a case of Coke.
Yeah.
There's that much caffeine in it. It's awful. It's awful.
so yeah, that is what pretty much causes cardiac arrest.
Well, I was reading that they wanted to do more testing because they wanted to make sure there wasn't any underlying heart conditions. And I don't know. As far as I know, I don't think there was. So the energy drink was the main cause. And then obviously going out and practicing on the court doesn't help. But yeah, it was definitely really sad. I'm glad he did. He made it through and he's okay and he's in stable condition. But yeah, definitely scary. And unfortunately, anybody could suffer cardiac arrest at any age. Tony said that to me. So it's a scary thing.
Yeah, I'm glad that he made it through because, again, we don't wish it on anyone. We all here hate LeBron, and we don't wish it on anyone's kids, anyone's grandkids, because especially with him being so young, how much talent and potential that he does have. I am glad that he made it through it and that he's now out of the hospital. He was only in there for like 2 days, and then he was released, especially just after having a cardiac arrest. You usually keep someone in the hospital for at least a week or so to monitor them, but he was that good, and he was on arrival to the hospital. He was awake and alert and conscious, so we can contribute.
Well, I do want to say that I don't know if you guys saw, but Stephen A. Smith was on First Take, and he said that if Bronny had passed, LeBron would have retired from basketball.
I'm pretty sure he would have.
I agree 100%. I'm pretty sure he would have, yeah. I think that would have been it right there. He would have been there for the rest of his family, and that I definitely see that. I mean, for Stephen A. to take it that dark on a sports fucking program, I mean that's a little dumb on Stephen A.'s part. I like Stephen A., but he's got to watch what he says sometimes. I mean, it's a sports program, and you shouldn't be talking about stuff like that. But if he were to pass, then yes, I'm almost positive he would retire from the NBA.
So we have a comment on that one.
Okay, yeah. It seems to be a common occurrence, though, with young athletes in cardiac arrest.
Which is true. I mean, it is one of the things that, I mean, it's mostly usually during this time of year with football season is where you get a lot of them from, because they'll most likely, they'll drink the energy drinks and, not stay hydrated enough with water, thinking that the energy drink is going to provide them enough hydration, but it actually doesn't.
Yeah, makes it worse.
And then when you get into temperatures that's like over 90 into the hundreds in some areas, I mean, your body don't have that fluid to keep it going.
No.
So whoever posted that is a great point, that is a common occurrence, with the younger athletes and stuff like that. Which is why they took the stack of twos off the stack of threes off the market. Because players were taking that, especially football players were taking that during the summertime, and it was literally causing their heart to explode.
Yeah. Well, do we have any more to say about this topic, or should we move on to the next one?
We can move on. I was pretty much done. Sorry about that, guys.
No, that's all right. You're all good. All right, so next topic. We have the Boston Celtics paying Jaylen Brown $304 million over 5 years. I know Jeff's got something to say about this one, and I certainly do. We all do?
Oh yeah.
All right, so one of you take the floor. Go ahead. I'll go last.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I'll go because I don't even see him as a top 5 point or shooting guard in the league. I don't even see him as a top 5 shooting guard in the league. So to pay him 5 years, $304 million is absurd to do that. I have met 7th. I made a list of my shooting guards in the league, and I have met 7. I have Devin Booker. I'll just read it off. Devin Booker. Paul George, when healthy. Bradley Beal, Anthony Edwards, Zach LaVine, Tyrese Maxey, Jaylen Brown, RJ Barrett, Jalen Green, and then James Harden. So the fact that Jaylen Brown is behind those guys, I think he did horrible in the playoffs last year against the Heat, most notably. Like, his numbers dropped bad.
If I'm not mistaken, I think RJ Barrett's a small forward.
Yes.
I just saw him on the list of them shooting guards, so I just put him at shooting guard. So whatever.
Barrett, he goes either small or shooting guard.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Jeff. Sorry for the interruption.
You're good. I just think it's absurd to pay him 304. I would have lowered it by 100 mil, and then you can go and get a better point guard. Not to take light of what Derek White can do, but with getting rid of Marcus Smart, that's gonna hurt.
That was
them.
huge. Yeah, that was huge. That's a big loss.
I just don't think paying $304 million for Jaylen Brown over 5 years is a smart investment.
I kind of agree with that. Paying him $304 million over 5 years it's a little absurd. He's pretty. I don't see him as a top 10, maybe a top 15. To get $304 million, you need to be at least a top 5. And he's not a top 5. He's not a top 10. Yes, he is a top 15, but that's about it.
Yeah, I agree with the both of you. I agree with Tony. I think he's on this part. I believe he's top 15. Because the problem with Jaylen Brown is he's not consistent enough to be in the top 5 or top 10 category. I put Clay over him, honestly. Easily, I would put Clay over him. And Clay's been hurt. Yeah, I would put Clay over Jaylen Brown. And the thing is, Klay Thompson's also been hurt a lot, but he's also had more to show for his talent than Jaylen Brown has, whereas Jaylen Brown's also been hurt a lot. But yes, I agree with both of you. 304 mil over 5 years is ridiculous. Losing Marcus Smart, who happens to be probably the best defender next to Kawhi in the NBA, is a huge loss for Boston. I mean, yeah, they got Porzingis, but as a big man, I don't think that's going to work out as well as Boston fans and the Boston front office hopes. I also think, like Jeff said, I think the Celtics should have given him 150 mil less, and then went the way to go and find a point guard that'll play good defense and be a good replacement. Not the greatest replacement that'll replace Marcus Smart, but somewhere around there. If they could have gotten somebody that'll match around Marcus Smart's talent, there wouldn't have been much of a loss besides maybe the defensive part. But they didn't do that. They overpaid Jaylen Brown. They really don't have a decent point guard who can manage. I mean, they have like Jeff said, they have Derek White, but he's not in the same caliber as Marcus Smart is.
I agree.
Yeah, and I mean, off their bench, they have Malcolm Brogdon, which, yes, they could have as starting, but the Celtics came out and already said that Derek White is going to be starting for them at point guard. So, I mean, yeah, Malcolm Brogdon's a good backup, but if you already said that you don't want to start him, then why not just at least go out and look and see what you could find as far as a point guard goes?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely they definitely overpaid for him. Overpaid for him to continue with Boston. I mean, I like him in Boston. He's a good fit there. He's good with Jason Tatum, and I think with him being around Tatum, it does make him better. It does, but I still don't put him. I got to put him like top 15 for shooting guards. It does make it better. All right, so guys, should I move on to the next topic?
Yeah.
Sure. Hold on for a second.
Okay.
Just so that you know, if you're watching on the Nerdbox Sports, and when you do comment, unfortunately it doesn't tell us who's coming from. It just says Facebook user. Now, if you're watching it on YouTube on my channel, it will tell you. It will tell us who you are that's making the comment. So just for those if you're commenting from the Nerdbox Sports, bear with us. I have to go actually into Facebook to look to see who made the comment. That way we could, address that person properly and stuff like that.
All right. Well, Tony, thank you for that. Thanks for letting us know.
No problem.
Letting the fans know and everything. All right. So the next topic, this one is for Tony a little bit here. He should be happy for right now, barring any trades or anything. Saquon Barkley agrees to a contract with the Giants. Tony, you go first. This is your team. What do you have to say about that, my friend?
Well, basically, what it really was just the franchise tags that he signed.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
All they did was modified it and took the word franchise tag off of the contract.
Basically, yes. As soon as I saw what the contract details included, I'm like, yeah, that's basically what a franchise tag would have been.
So he's getting a $2 million signing bonus out of it. And then if he hits over 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns, I believe 65 reception, he gets an extra $900,000. So it was basically just a franchise. The franchise tag was $10.1 million.
Okay.
So that's basically all they did was just rename the franchise tag to just a regular contract, a 1-year contract with the $2 million signing bonus. That's what it basically turned out to be.
Yeah. Well, I have nothing to say about this topic because the next topic is what I'm really going to have something to say about. It follows this topic we're on now. Jeff, do you have anything to say about this one before we head on to the next one?
I'm just happy for Tony's team because I gave him a harsh rating or a harsh record last episode. I'll bump it up to about 10-7. Tony, I told you that the record will be better with him, so there you go. I will change the record to 10-7, barring any trades.
I'll change mine to 9-8 or 10-7.
My feelings are hurt. I'm going to cry now. My feelings. I'm bullshitting.
All right, guys. Next topic. Oh man, this one's kind of a kick in the ass here to Giants fans. Dolphins inquiring trade about Barkley.
So now it was just a rumor. Yes, the Dolphins was wondering if they could trade for Saquon Barkley. The Giants was never giving him up. They had no plans of letting him go. Joe Schoen said that publicly outright. He goes, yes, the Dolphins did inquire about trading for him, but we had no plans of ever letting him go. So that because basically they was betting on getting Dalvin Cook, and now Cook is deciding to sign with the Jets. So basically they're getting screwed.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw that the Dolphins were inquiring about Barkley, I was like, yeah, I don't think so. That's not going to happen. That's because it won't happen. Barkley is honestly, I don't see Barkley playing anywhere else besides the Giants. I see him playing. Honestly, is almost probably his whole career with the Giants. I just don't see him with any other team. Yeah, I mean, Dolphins are in need of a running back. Their running back core is a little messy right now, but I mean, they could be one draft pick or two away, or maybe just a trade away from getting a solid running back. I mean, the running backs they have now aren't terrible, but Barkley's not going to the Dolphins. Period.
I just got 2 words. Hell no. It ain't happening. There's not a shot that it happened. So
Well,
just
Tony, we
rumor.
got a comment.
Yeah, no, I just put it up there.
So the comment reads, "I would have been pissed if Giants ever considered letting Barkley go, and they look like they put their name." Hi, Gina. Thank you for commenting. We love the feedback. Jeff, I'm sorry. What did you say, Jeff? We interrupted you there.
You're good. I just have hell no, because this is not going to happen. There's no shot that the Giants just trade away Saquon.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
And Saquon,
All right,
Saquon already probably came out and said he wanted to be a Giant for life.
Yeah. All right, next topic. We have number 6, Trayvon Diggs, 5-year, $97 million extension. We them boys.
Fuck them goddamn Cowboys. For Trayvon Diggs, I mean, I have no issue with it. Only issue I have is them damn fucking Cowboys.
I agree. I mean, I think it's well deserved. Yeah, I mean, Trayvon Diggs is a fantastic cornerback. He's probably one of the best in the league, and he's going to show that in and out each year. He did with his rookie year, and he's going to continue doing it year in and year out. He's a great cornerback. Like I said, easily, honestly, I'd put him in top 5. I hate to say it, but top 5 in the league at cornerback.
Personally, I think it should have been a little bit more than $97 million, but I'll prefer him on a different team other than the Cowgirls.
Yeah, I agree. Jeff, you have anything to say about that?
No, it's well deserved. He had to drop off last year from what he did in 2021 when he had 11 interceptions. He only had 3 last year, but it's a well deserved, like you said, Owen, top 5 cornerback in the league. So I don't have a problem with it. Just like Tony, it's on the Cowgirls. So why do I care? I don't care.
Yeah. All right, next topic, we have Nick Bosa holding out. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I wasn't expecting this. I know my dad isn't happy with it because he's a Niners fan.
I don't think anybody was expecting this.
Honestly, not. No.
I did read on it. He wants to be paid more like $25 million a year, and he's getting paid about 17 mil. He wants to get paid like the high end defensive ends do, like his brother JJ Watt when he was getting those big contracts. He wants to get paid like $25 million, not the 17 that he's getting paid. I mean, I get it, but I mean, hey, I would take a $17 million contract any day, but I'm just a normal person. I'm not the pro athlete that wants it. So, yeah. I mean, I hope that gets worked out because he's a really good player. So, yeah, that's what I saw is what he wants is $25 million a year.
Yeah, I mean, I hope he gets what he wants to because he's a great football player. Easily one of the best in the league right now at what he does. And he's a huge asset to the Niners. He's sorry, I got a text, so I'm reading that and trying to do the podcast here. Yeah, I mean, he's a great football player. He's a huge asset to the Niners. He's very important to the team, and I mean, yeah, I mean, he's. I'm just hoping he plays for all fantasy users that do draft him in custom leagues, with defensive players like mine and Tony's league. Whoever has him, I hope he actually stays healthy, and he actually does get a contract going and gets to play this year.
Only thing I gotta say about it is, I mean, yeah, he is one of the top 5 defensive ends of all in the league right now, and he does deserve to be somewhere between 20 and 25 million.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So number 8, we have Justin Herbert agrees to a 5-year, $262.5 million extension.
I mean, it's well deserved. I mean every contract that we go over, I mean, they've earned their money. I mean, he's played great throughout his first 3 seasons.
Yeah.
It just sucks that there's been injuries that have happened that can't get them over the hump, and I don't want to blame him for it. So, I mean, 5 years, $262.5 million. Well earned, well deserved. He's a top 10 quarterback in the league, so he definitely has earned that contract.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Jeff, and not just that. You know, Justin Herbert, he had an insane rookie year. 31, I believe it was 31 touchdown passes, if I'm correct. And here's the thing: he's doing all this, still having a good season, a winnable season, without having Eckler some games, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. I mean, the whole team is suffering with not having their 3 main weapons, with their running back and their 2 star wide receivers. And Herbert are still putting up great numbers. You got to give credit where credit is due. When he doesn't have his all-stars, his superstars, he's still putting up great numbers, and he's still just balling out. I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due. And like Jeff said, and I agree, the contract is well deserved.
I don't like the contract.
Oh man, Tony, why do you have to be the one guy? This fucking guy.
For the simple fact is, he really hasn't fully earned a $262.5 million extension. They've only made the playoffs, I believe, 1 time.
All right, I'll give you that.
So right now, with the way his contract stands, right now I believe he is the highest paid quarterback in the league, which he should not be. So I mean,
you're not wrong. I mean, you're making good points.
So I'm not saying he doesn't deserve an extension. I'm just saying the 262.5. I really just don't. That part is what I have an issue with.
All right, that's fair points. Sorry, I'm watching my Yankees getting literally obliterated in the first inning. It is 6-0 Orioles in the first fucking inning, and the Orioles have no outs.
Go Yankees.
Yeah. Not this fucking year.
Tony,
they literally have 0 outs, dude, and it's 6-0.
Tony, I do have a question. What would you pay Herbert?
Yeah, what would you pay Herbert? That's a good question.
Around 240, 250.
Okay. It's not terribly low. I mean,
I wouldn't say I wouldn't lowball him. I just wouldn't make him the highest paid. Because he hasn't earned it.
All right, so the next topic we have is NFL signings. Before we go to the next topic, we'll read off the signings and what we think of them. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. Jeff, do you want to name off the signings? I have a list of only 2. I don't know if you have any more than 2.
You could say yours and see if I have any others.
Okay, so I have the Buffalo Bills signing wide receiver Andy Isabella. Not a bad signing. I mean, it's not a bad signing. I think it's not bad. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not bad. It's not a bad signing. I think he could be a good help to Josh Allen. And yeah, I mean, they have Diggs, and with the whole issue going on there with them, I mean, this might actually be a safe pickup.
Didn't they lose Isaiah McKenzie as well?
They did, yeah.
So that sign could just be to replace him.
Probably, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Jeff, what do you think?
It's a good signing. I mean, again, they need some wide receivers in that group there, especially with.
Yeah.
To me, they only really have Diggs, so
Yeah.
they need to get more to spread it out.
Mm-hmm. Next one I have is Miami Dolphins signing cornerback Eli Apple. This guy's moving around the goddamn league like it's Sunday morning.
Well, that's only because of the Jalen Ramsey situation.
Yeah.
Where it's been official that he's going to be out for the season. Their main goal is to get him back in time for the playoffs.
Jeff, do you have any more signings that I missed? No, that's it.
No, those are my notable ones. I mean, Eli Apple is needed again with the Jalen Ramsey injury. He is needed on that team.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Okay, so the next topic we have is number 10, training camp injuries. And the big one that everybody is talking about is Joe Burrow being carted off the practice field and is essentially probably out multiple weeks.
Well, actually I think it was 4 injuries and 3 of them were all carted off.
Oh, man. I know of the Joe Burrow one, but what else do we have here?
Ramsey was carted off.
That's right, yep.
I know Garner was almost carted off, but he ended up just being limping off. And I'm pretty sure I'm missing one other injury.
Okay.
But I know Ramsey and Burrows were the 2 biggest ones. And Burrows was basically, they're saying it was a calf strain. When I saw the video of him literally just rolling out, so to begin with, it was a non-contact injury. So he wasn't touched, he wasn't hit or nothing. He was just on a basic bootleg. He rolled out right, and all of a sudden he came up limping. To me, it looked like his ACL might have, not ACL, but Achilles might have went.
Oh, man. That's big.
Now they say it's a calf strain. I think it's a little bit more than that. It could be a Achilles strain, but yeah, the way he came up hobbling, it was more of a basically your Achilles was gone.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, to me, I saw the video too, and I immediately thought I was like, that's ACL, Achilles, because you see players hurt themselves like that with those injuries, and you see them do the exact same thing that he did. I hope it's not that. I hope it is just a calf strain, because for us fantasy users, we need Joe Burrow to be able to win some of our leagues. So I hope it's not that. I did see the video, and it looked a lot worse than what they're saying it is.
Yep. All right, the next topic we have is MLB trade deadline. So I have 8 free agency signings written down here. Jeff, do you want me to name off the ones I have, and then you can name off the ones that I missed?
You can name off the notable ones because you have the notable ones. I have them all on a website here, so you can just name off the notable ones.
All right. So I think this is notable because I know who this pitcher is. Astros acquire right-handed pitcher Kendall Graveman from the White Sox for catcher Corey Lee. That isn't a bad pickup for the Astros. Kendall Graveman is pretty good. He's not bad coming out of the bullpen, so that's a good bullpen add-on for the Astros. I don't know much about Corey Lee, but yeah, there's not much to say about that one. I don't know if you guys have anything to say about that one. So the next one is another one Tony will know of. Marlins acquire right-handed pitcher David Robertson from the Mets for infielder Marco Vargas and catcher Ronald Hernandez. So Tony, how do you feel about that, losing Robertson?
That's a big loss. Simply for the fact that he was filling the closer role while Diaz was recovering from injury. So, I mean, it is a huge loss. It's a huge hit to the bullpen, especially to the back end of the bullpen. But once again, if the pitching staff would have been doing their job, they wouldn't be going through this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know Robinson played for the Yankees at a certain point, so he was pretty good in the Yanks too. So yeah, I agree with Tony. That is a pretty big loss.
Yeah, he was actually trained by Mario Rivera.
Yeah, it was.
Because they have that same similar cutter.
Yep. All right. This one is decent. I think we all know who this first baseman is. He's been in the league a long time. Brewers acquire first baseman Carlos Santana for shortstop Johnny Severino from the Pirates. We all should know who Carlos Santana is.
I know who he is. I don't even watch baseball.
Yeah. Tony, you know who he is, right? What?
I didn't hear about that one. That one I never got across my phone.
Yeah, I found the alert on MLB.com. But yeah, I mean, I didn't know about it until I read it on there. Like Tony, I didn't get the alert either, which is weird. But I think it's a pretty good pickup for the Brewers. I mean, yeah, Carlos Santana's getting up there, but he can still put up numbers. Not a bad signing.
And who did he go to again?
He went to the Brewers. They acquired Carlos Santana in exchange for the shortstop Johnny Severino from the Pirates.
He probably been better off going to an American League team, but since the National League does have the DH now, I mean that's what he's probably going to be doing is DH anyway. So
yeah. This one was a big one, kind of a blockbuster trade. Involved a superstar pitcher. Angels acquire right-handed pitcher Lucas Giolito and Ronaldo Lopez from White Sox for left-handed pitcher Ty Bush, catcher Edgar Cuero. I can't pronounce his fucking name. But I know of Lucas Giolito. I'm in a baseball league with a couple of friends, and yeah, I have him, and he's a great pitcher. He's a really, really good pitcher. So, them having Shohei Ohtani and Lucas Giolito in their rotation is big. That's definitely going to be a big help to the Angels.
maybe.
Why, you don't think so?
Well, we all see how pitchers, after they get traded, sometimes just doesn't pan out.
True. That's true. Okay, the next one. Dodgers acquire shortstop Ahmed Rosario from the Guardians for right-handed pitcher Noah Syndergaard and cash consideration. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, why is fucking Syndergaard still in the goddamn league? The guy's trash. I mean, this guy hasn't had it in like 3 or 4 years. I mean, it was a steal for the Dodgers because Ahmed Rosario is friggin' good. He is a very good shortstop in this league. He puts up great numbers. He's fast. He's got decent power. And then you trade him for a pitcher who pitches like he's 85 years old. The guy can't throw more than higher than 90 miles an hour. I don't think he can anymore. I don't know. That's ridiculous. Tony, what do you think? I saw you were grinning over there.
Syndergaard has come down to a number 5 type pitcher now.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
You basically stick him at the back of the rotation because he's not a top of the rotation guy anymore. He's just his arm is going.
Yeah. Like I said, the guy throws for like 85 miles an hour, and that's his max.
Yeah, his arm is going. It's the same thing's going to happen to DeGrom eventually.
Yep, I agree. Okay, so the next one is Marlins acquire right-handed pitcher Jorge Lopez from the Twins for right-handed pitcher Dylan Floro. This isn't a bad one. I know who Jorge Lopez is. I'm familiar with him. He's not bad. I think it's a pretty decent trade. That's honestly the most even trade that I've seen on this list that I've written down. They're both pretty good pitchers. Both good bullpen arms. I think that's going to help both teams actually equally. And then we got the last two. They're the big ones. Rangers acquire left-handed pitcher Jordan Montgomery and right-handed pitcher Chris Stratton from the Cardinals for shortstop Thomas Segis, right-handed pitcher Takoa Roby, and left-handed pitcher John King. Now, I was talking to Tony about this one before we started. Jordan Montgomery recently played for the Yankees last year, the first half of last year. He sucked. He was awful. And then he went to the Cardinals, and he was excellent. So then they all thought, oh, well, look what happens. You know, none of these players can handle the New York City lights. They can't handle the toughest of the crowd. But then he started showing his true colors this year. So, and then the Rangers acquired him because I guess they saw something in him. I don't know what they saw. I see trash. I really don't know, but I guess they can keep him. I don't know who any of the other players are that they acquired. But I guess they're just trying to bulk up their starting pitching since they lost DeGrom for the year. And the last one. Yeah, I know, right? And here's the last one, the big one. Rangers acquire right-handed pitcher Max Scherzer from the Mets for infielder Lucangel Acuna, who actually is Ronald Acuna Jr.'s brother.
Yep, his baby brother.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little excited for that. I want to see how this guy does. Because Acuna, man, he is something.
Yeah, Lucy is a shortstop. Like, we need to step up for more shortstops. Like, we don't have enough already.
Yeah.
Now, there was some feedback from Mets players about them trading Scherzer. Basically, Pete Alonso wasn't happy with it. But like I was telling Owen earlier, you know, if the pitching staff actually did their job, they wouldn't have been going through this. I mean, I understand, you know, he was with the team last year. He grew a bond with some of the players. But at the same time, you know, he's supposed to have been the ace of the staff. He had, I believe, a 10-5 record. So it was nothing spectacular about.
Yeah, and I believe he also gave up, so far this year, he's given up 22 homers.
Yeah, so, I mean...
That's awful. Cole's given up 4.
So, I mean, I can understand why they traded him. Was it a smart thing to do? Probably, because of who you got back in return.
Yeah.
So,
I mean
if it's anything like his brother, and he has the speed like his brother,
and the talent, I mean, also revolving around, or regarding the Acuna brothers, Acuna Jr., the older brother, just reached 50 stolen bases last night for the year. That's insane.
I think that's the first player since it was either, I want to say Vince Coleman or, because it was after Ricky Henderson. I think it was Vince Coleman was the last player to hit 50 stolen bases.
Yeah, that was a milestone. Acuna Jr. is just, he's having ever since he came back from injury this year, he's had an unbelievable season. I mean, the guy, you bet on him in FanDuel, and you bet on him. He's probably your most reliable bettor or player to bet on to get a hit. He's unbelievable. The guy's batting .329 on the year. He's got, I think, 60 RBIs and like 25 home runs and 50 stolen bases. That is absolutely incredible. And we still got like 30, 40 some games left. I mean, that's incredible.
He should easily be able to join the 30-30 club.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt. Oh, yeah. I mean, he only needs like, 7, 8 more home runs? Absolutely. That should definitely happen. All right, next topic, guys. That was a big one. Was all the MLB stuff. Jeff Teague, ridiculous comments about Dwayne Wade.
So did you guys hear this comment that Jeff Teague made?
You know what? I actually haven't. Jeff probably has, but I haven't.
So he was asked about where you would rate between AI, D Wade, and James Harden. Then he made a comment that because Dwayne Wade had Shaq 1 year and then LeBron, that he would put James Harden ahead of Dwayne Wade, and that because James Harden had a harder road to get to a finals. Can we have this guy drug tested, please?
Look, this is from a fucking guy, Jeff Teague, who's not even irrelevant anymore.
To sit there and, first of all, in Miami's first championship, Dwayne Wade, even though he had Shaq, Dwayne Wade was the one that ultimately won that championship.
Yeah.
Same thing with the second one when he went with LeBron. It was Dwayne Wade. Now, to sit there and say you would put James Harden, who, when it comes to the bright lights and the biggest games, has a tendency to turn into a flea where you no longer can see him, to put him in front of Dwayne Wade, you've got to be on some type of drugs. I'm sorry, you have to be. I want that man tested for every type of drug known to mankind. Because that was ridiculous. I wouldn't even put James Harden in front of AI.
No, I wouldn't either. Look, was James Harden with the huge in his prime with the Rockets amazing? Yeah, he was unbelievable for the talentless team he had around him. But you can't compare him to Dwayne Wade and Allen Iverson. You just can't. No, absolutely not. No, Dwayne Wade is going to go down as, what position was Dwayne? What was it? Shooting guard? Point guard? Point guard. He's going to go. Yes, he's going to go down as one of the He's going to go down as one of the most talented point guard / shooting guards in the history of the NBA. And Allen Iverson, he's my favorite player in the NBA of all time. I love Allen Iverson. I mean, like I said, James Harden was great, but you can't compare him to those two at all.
What's your take on it, Jeff?
This upsets me because I actually didn't mind Jeff Teague when he was in the league. I did respect him. I respect all players. I lost a lot. I'm not even going to talk about the players that each have had. If you want to say Wade is better or Harden is better because of his scoring, then go ahead. But I'm going to say Wade is better because he could score and play defense. Harden, you don't see defense out of him.
Nope.
There's countless videos online of him just standing there watching the ball go by him as he's just whatever. He doesn't care about defense. Wade cared about defense. And Wade, yeah, he won 3 championships. Harden is now asking for his 3rd trade in 3 years. So what does that tell you? He'd rather be traded than win championships. I don't know. He doesn't want the hard work and the dedication that it'll take to actually win a championship. He just wants to be put on a super team where he won't have to do much, but he'll play with other superstars to get his name talked about. And yeah, to put him above Wade is delusional out of Jeff Teague. Again, I'm not even talking about who each has played with. I'll just talk about what they each did. And Harden, yeah, he's great at scoring in his prime Rockets years. But as Tony said, when it comes to big games, who stepped up? Wade stepped up.
Damn sure wasn't
James Harden never stepped up. He's gone. You don't see him. He shrinks.
Here's the thing, like people want to, like Tony said, people want to say like, oh, you know, when he got D Wade got to play with LeBron. Now here's the thing about that. D Wade got LeBron those chips. LeBron wasn't getting them without D Wade or Chris Bosh. He just was not. D Wade and Chris Bosh was the dynamic duo that got LeBron those rings. LeBron was there as an extra. He helped. He was the main contributor. That was D Wade.
Yeah, basically, D Wade was the one who taught LeBron how to win a championship.
Exactly.
I mean, you can say what you want. I mean, most people's not gonna like that, but it's the truth. If D Wade never taught LeBron how to win a championship, LeBron will still be ringless.
Yep. Agreed.
I mean, you can say what you want. Yeah, LeBron's a great talent, which bugs me with the fact that he likes to flop a lot. When you're that talented, you don't need to be flopping. That's number one. Number two, you don't need to constantly be begging for help.
No, agree.
You never see any of the great players ask for help.
No. You ever saw Jordan ask for help? No. And you know it's funny because they like to all the LeBron lovers like to I'm trying to think of what to say here. So people are like, oh, he's 38 years old. They want to hear the excuses. Oh, he's 38 years old. He's at the end of his career and everything. Here's the thing: at the age 38 that MJ didn't have anything yet to prove. He proved everything he needed to. He was out there playing for fun. LeBron still feels like he has something he has to prove. He still goes out there and acts like he has something to prove. It's just I don't know. It irritates me.
Not only that, also, what people don't keep failing to realize, okay, let's be realistic. If LeBron played in the era Jordan played in, LeBron would not be the all-time leading scorer.
No.
If Jordan hadn't taken a year and a half off to try out for baseball, Jordan would have easily been the all-time leading scorer.
Yep.
And Jordan probably would have had, would it have been 8 championships in a row? I don't see that happening, but still, he would have definitely had more than 6.
Yeah, I agree. I'm so convinced that Curry's going to pass LeBron in rings.
Because Curry has, 3 already? No, Curry has 4, don't he?
Curry's got 5.
So he already passed LeBron.
No, he's tied with LeBron. No, wait, no. No, how much does Curry have, Jeff? Does he have 4 or 5?
LeBron already has 4 rings.
Yeah, so then they're tied. Curry's got 4. Curry's got 4, yeah.
Because LeBron is 4 and 6 in the finals.
Yeah. Curry's, I think, what is he? 4 and 2, 4 and 1?
4 and 2.
I think he's 4 and 2. He lost to who did he lose to?
They lost 1 to Cleveland.
Yep. They were down 3-1 and then they came back.
Yeah, that's when Adam Silver gave LeBron a gift.
Was it that the 73-9 year for Golden State?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they ended up losing. They were up 3-1 in the NBA Finals, and the Cavs came back and won it. Yeah. Who else did they lose to?
Yeah, Curry's 4-1 in the finals because I can't think of another team who beat him in the finals.
Yeah, who else? Nobody else beat him.
Yeah, he is 4-1.
Yeah, he's 4-1. Yeah, he's to go back. Like I said, he's going to pass LeBron. I'm convinced. He's still got probably a good 5-6 years left in his career. Guy's been in the league 15 years. I give him another 5 years. I think he could pass him.
Yeah, as long as he can stay healthy, yeah.
Absolutely. Curry's been healthy for most of his career. I'm sure that'll happen.
Well, not the first couple of years of his career. He was always injured.
True. Jeff, you got anything else to say before we close up?
I'd love to see LeBron do it on his own. You think, he was just part of the Wade and Bosh in Miami, and then I know Tony doesn't like counting the bubble season, but it counts as a championship nonetheless. he had AD, he had all that supporting cast around him. Yeah, in Cleveland, you could say he maybe did it on his own with all the injuries that they had, but no. He still had Kyrie. He still had Kevin Love.
Kyrie Irving was the one that won him that championship.
Yeah.
It was when Kyrie came back. That's when, because Kyrie came back and the league suspended Draymond.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I'd love to see him do it on his own, but he'll never do it on his own. He needs help. He wants. Comes the days of Dream Team made basketball worth the watch. They're great, just my opinion. Sorry, I was reading the comment. I still miss these days of the Dream Team. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, LeBron, he'll never do it on his own ever. I mean, yeah, he's 38. I don't care if he's 38 or not. He's annoying. Stop flopping and crying. Just accept the call that was on the floor, and he'll just never win a championship on his own.
I mean,
without another superstar with him.
Like for me, if he would ever win one on his own, he'd gain a little of my respect, a little bit, like a fraction. But that's the problem. Like Jeff said, he'll never win one on his own. He always has to have that one or two superstars around him, and then when they win it, he likes to go and brag that he's the greatest of all time. Bitch, that doesn't make you the greatest of all time. You had help around you, my guy.
Like Shaq said it the best. You know, everybody loves LeBron and respects LeBron. Everybody feared Jordan.
Yes, absolutely.
And like even Pippen, and I mean, like Pippen's getting on a lot of people's bad side right now too. Like,
yeah.
Even Pippen said it best. He goes, "He's never heard Jordan say he was the greatest."
No, and that's all LeBron ever says.
If you're the greatest, you'll never call yourself the greatest. You let everybody else call you the greatest.
Yep. All right, guys. I guess we'll wrap it up. A little shorter today. Definitely a lot shorter. Not like the 2.5 hours last week.
You're missing the topic.
Am I? Oh, I am. Oh, damn! I almost forgot. All right, number 10. I don't know how to pronounce his name, so correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Bartolo Colon? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes.
Okay. He officially retired from the MLB as a Met. Tony, I'm going to let you have the floor in this one.
I was kind of actually shocked when I saw that he returned as a Met, considering all the teams that he has played for.
Yes.
Apparently, he felt that his best time was playing with New York. I mean, there was games where I've seen him, field the ball, running, past the foul line, and flipping the ball behind his back to the first baseman.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's only retiring as a Met because he got his first Major League career hit finally playing for the Mets.
Yeah.
After like 500 at bats. So I mean, I can respect that and understand why he's doing it. I mean, I don't have a problem with him retiring as a Met. I wish some of our pitchers were more like him, because Lord knows we need more pitchers like him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, congratulations on his retirement. It's well deserved. Like I said, he wasn't an overpowering pitcher. He was your average off speed type pitcher that just knew how to locate the ball. So yeah, congratulations to Bartolo Colon on your retirement. That's pretty much all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I agree with Tony. Honestly, he played for so many teams, but he's going to be mostly known for playing for the Mets. That's where most people know him from, is the Mets, and he brought that type of exciting energy to the field. Like, he was always the funny guy, and he was the clown, the guy that just liked to have fun and still be serious enough to play the game the right way and to play it the best way. But I mean, yeah, I've seen him play some games. I mean, when I was younger. I mean, I haven't seen him play in a while, but I mean, when I saw him play when I was younger, he just brought that fun, exciting energy to the field.
Yeah, he did. So now officially that's the end of the final one. Oh wait,
No. We have
No.
news from last night. It's not on our list, but we are a sports podcast. We gotta talk about it. Jonathan Taylor has officially requested the trade away from the Colts after a meeting with
yeah.
team owner Jim Irsay.
Oh well, we cannot hear you.
Owen, you're muted. You're muted.
When you
There
take
you
your
go.
AirPods out, mute. There you go.
Yeah, I got an alert saying today per Bleacher Report that the owner and the front office of the Colts have no intention of trading him.
Yeah, they said that we are not trading Taylor. End of discussion. So, I mean, he wants a new contract. That's why they had the meeting, and they're not planning on giving him a new contract extension. So, he said that he would like a trade out of Indianapolis.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? As far as fantasy leagues go, I honestly would advise all of you people that are listening to stay away from him, because he's a walking hospital bill.
Who is?
Jonathan Taylor.
Oh. Well, I look at it this way. Yeah, the Colts could say they're not going to trade him. They can say that all they want. The bottom line is, if you don't want to re-sign him, okay. He's basically going to sit out for the whole year, rest of the year. You're not going to get. I mean, basically, you're not going to have a great. Your season is now. Well, I picked him to finish behind the Texans anyway, and you both thought I was crazy. How does that look now?
Like I said, they might go 0-17. I mean, it's a good possibility with that shithole of a team that they have now with no Jonathan Taylor, because I don't believe he plans on playing if he doesn't get a new contract. So.
Yeah, I agree.
I look at it like this. Irsay is the next owner they need to get rid of. Because, I mean, from his treatment of Peyton Manning, which was fucking ridiculous, up until now, he's done nothing but just force players to not want to be there. So, I mean, yeah, they need to get Irsay out of there.
Yeah. All right, so that should be it now, right?
Yes, we're good.
No. There was one more big signing that we missed.
Oh.
So New York has re-signed their left tackle, Andrew Thomas.
Yes, I saw that. I did see that.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
How do you feel about that, Tony?
I'm fine with it. I mean, with the revolving door that our offensive line has been for God knows how long, I mean, it's probably good to see a familiar face stabilize at the left tackle spot to protect Daniel Jones' blind side. Personally, I feel the offensive line, last year, it took them a while to get to start gelling. But once they did, that offensive line was pretty much they was nasty. They wanted to put you in your mouth. They didn't care. And pretty much all of them is coming back. The unit's still intact. I'm looking forward to seeing what the rookie center we got is going to have to be like. He's projected to be a day one starter. So I mean, that line can either get even nastier, or it might have a slight weak spot. I've heard some new offensive linemen say that they're happy that they kept the line intact, so now they're getting used to everybody and they're getting more comfortable with each other, and they know where each other's going to be at pretty much at all times. So congratulations to Andrew Thomas. I mean, left tackles basically are your second highest players on the team. And a lot of people don't realize that, and they could thank Lawrence Taylor for that one. So, if you guys need anything else, now that's the final one. Unless there's gonna be a finger wag.
I got nothing else. You guys got anything else?
I got nothing. I think that's it now.
Oh, so which one are you saying to thank?
What?
Who's giving a thank you today to all of our fans?
We could all do it.
Well, I did it last week.
No, we'll all do it. We'll all do it every week. We'll all do it.
All righty.
All right, fine. I'll do it. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, listening to our pain in the asses.
Oh, damn self.
Speak for yourself, Owen.
Exactly.
Who the fuck you calling a pain in the ass?
Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Definitely subscribe. Please subscribe. We're trying to we're on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers, so we're trying to get there. It might take us a while, but we'll eventually get there. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thanks for commenting, interacting with us. We really appreciate it.